Hello YouTube, welcome to our channel. This is a channel that deals with the fat-fire journey of a family. Our net worth goal is $5 million US. So 2021 has been a great year. It started out pretty rocky, as you can imagine, but it turned out great. So this is the gain in our taxable account, for example, $368,000. The house has appreciated by 131,000, and the retirement accounts have increased by $219,000 US, which brings our grand total for network gain to 720,000, which is awesome. Like every year should be as fun as this one has been. Which brings our gain from a percentage perspective, so about a 35 gain increase throughout the year, which is like I mentioned, it's remarkable. So our expenses throughout the year have totaled at the 205,000 mark, which is a little over what we anticipate in retirement of 200,000. We'll go into the breakdown of why this happened. We don't expect this to continue, but COVID has had some unexpected experiences, as well as some maintenance that was required throughout the year. We budget for it, but some years are higher than others. So the top three expenses this year have been the house, $50,000, which accounted for a new roof, a new carpet, some needed maintenance, and some standard ones. For example, taxes, property taxes are in that account. So ideally, this number should be in the 10K mark yearly, but a lot of one-time expenses have happened this year. Travel, I was surprised by this number, especially since COVID, so travel has been restricted. But if you look at other videos I have of the breakdown, we had about three big vacations this year and a couple of small ones. We stayed in the hotels about 30 days out of this year, so that explains some of this number. And the kids, $60,000. Some of this are due to COVID, where we had to uh, invest additional resources into aftercare, things of that nature. We don't expect this number to be drastically lower since kids are expensive. We do expect this to be about 35,000 going forward, and to be interested to see how it progresses into next year. And those were the major three expenses, but there have been countless others as well. But this is the breakdown. As you can see, home, childcare, and travel take up about two-thirds of our spending budget throughout the year. The rest is pretty standard. Restaurants were a bit higher than we expected, especially since it was COVID. So this is the breakdown of the other ones. As you can see, restaurants are in the 6K mark, which is our retirement budget. But it's interesting that we got to that number during COVID, where we eat out a lot less. I'm going to keep track of this to see where our restaurant spending habits appears. Is it more vacation oriented or just reading out more than we used to? Health, it's been a struggle throughout the year, but this is the total max of the out of pocket we can reach. So we should expect to see this number uh, pretty steadily throughout the year. Um, yeah, it's been a weird year with us being at home much um, and less traveling and shopping, things of that nature. So it's been interesting to follow up on this at the end of this year. So where we want to be when we retire. Once we have $5 million US, we plan to take from that amount based on the 4% guideline, a yearly income of $200,000. That is pre-tax. Our tax calculations and approaches we will speak on in a later video. So a little bit about us. We are two working parents. Our main source of income is a W-2 salary for both me and my partner. In addition to that, we have three children, ranging in age from 4 to 8, and we live in a high cost of living area. That will explain some of our expenses in a later portion of the video. So this is how we track the year. We started the year a little over 2 million, and we ended the year a little at the 3 million mark. Um, so good for us, great for stock market. We expect this trend, of course, to taper off a bit, but laws of increasing returns uh, says we're on a very awesome track this year. Even if the market slows down a bit, it should be an awesome year. And hopefully by the end of this year, we'll be at the 4 million mark, maybe a little less, which brings our retirement to be on track to 2024-ish. Uh, it's going to be an interesting year, and we're following it, especially with the market start of the year being such a turmoil. We haven't changed our stock allocation based on that, but we are keeping an eye to see if changes are needed, um, especially with some I bonds and things of that nature to just more stable from an investment. We're not going to liquidate anything. We're just the additional income we make via our W-2. Where should we invest it?